What's up guys, my name is CBTV and welcome to episode 4 of CBTV. So, today's episode, as you can see in the title, is going to be like a little bit of my experience with Bell Media customer service. If you don't want to hear me talk about that, I thank you for coming to check out the video, but this video is not really for you. It's basically going to be all about the customer service. So, if you're staying with us, or staying with me, thank you, and I'm going to get into it right now. So, my mom opened up a phone line for our family in 1999. Well, at first it was just her. I got my phone when I was in grade 6, and when grade 6? That was like 10 years ago almost. So probably around 2006-07, I got my phone. And so, like, we've had our phones for too much time. And my dad got his phone, he was the most recent one, in 2012. All that information is going to be important in a second. So, just like with every upgrade or every new phone we get, me and my mom go to the store and we go to get the new phone or update our line or whatever we have to do, we go to the store and we do it. So, as you guys know, I'm a real estate agent now. So, I was thinking about a way that I can get internet in the field, and also I can sort of have an agenda that I could write all my notes in. I can also show my customers videos. I can do anything that I really want with internet in the field. And I came to the conclusion that an iPad mini would be perfect for that. It could fit in my coat pocket. It's not too big, and it's very useful. So, like we always do, me and my mom went to the store to go add an iPad to our plan, and when we got there we were confronted by the customer service that was at the store, and they said that we couldn't do that, we weren't authorized for that, and that everything was under my dad's name. So we were completely confused and asking them, so like, what can we do? And they basically started yelling at us saying that we can't do anything, and because we just wanted to get an iPad, give them more money, and they didn't let it happen. It couldn't happen. They tried to call my dad to get the PIN to verify it, and the PIN's just like a 4-digit code that verifies your account. My dad didn't know it because my mom has done everything. So he's like, you should ask my wife if she's there, and they're like, no, we can't do that. That's not under our regulations, blah blah blah. So you have to call them. You have to call customer service on the phone. So I was like, okay, whatever, like, I'm done with this. They were yelling at us, so we just left. And when I got home, it was a Saturday, so I got on the phone, and I ended up being on the phone for like probably like 8 hours over the weekend, like 4 hours the first day for sure. I got hung up on multiple times. I got put on hold for at least 30 minutes. I got transferred to almost every department, and every time you get transferred, you have to re-verify your account. So you have to go through like at least 4 minutes of them asking you questions and you answering them to make sure it's you. And after going through this whole process, they're like, okay, we'll get someone to call you back today or tomorrow. I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to talk to a supervisor today or tomorrow, whatever. Today comes, like today ends and Saturday's done and no call. So I was like, okay, it must be tomorrow. Sunday around 6, I still don't have a call, so I call them. And same thing, they're like, oh, I don't know what happened, no one called you, blah blah blah. On Sunday, it was even longer. I think it was like 6 hours, so maybe 10 hours in total. And the same process happened. I got transferred to every department there is and put on hold for unlimited amount of times. I call it the elevator disco because that's what the holding tune that they play whenever you're on hold, that's what they play. It sounds like like an elevator song, but like disco version. And I listened to that song for like at least 5 hours, and basically nothing came out of it. They said someone else is gonna call me tomorrow. So I was like, okay, hopefully someone calls me Monday. It's an actual business day, so hopefully the proper supervisors are in. And they were. So I talked to this guy from Vancouver. I'm not gonna put his name on here, but when I talk to Bell, I'll definitely include that information. And so I talked to him, and he's like, okay, cool, all we have to do is we have to get it transferred to your mom's name. I was like, okay, so how do we do that? He's like, just get your mom to call in, tell us all her information, and I'll switch it over. I was like, okay, perfect. He's like, I'll give you a $50 credit for your troubles because you obviously went through a lot. And I was like, that's perfect, thank you so much. I'll get my mom to call in right away. My mom called in, switched it over, and so we went back to the store. We're all excited. I'm gonna get my iPad finally. This is all over. We got to the store, and that wasn't the story at all. I had to now pay a $200 deposit. And I was like, well, this doesn't make sense, because like we've been customers with you we've been loyal customers for like 18 years. And this is like, you guys are making me pay a deposit. And that doesn't make sense at all. I've never had to pay a deposit on anything. They're like, well, if you have an issue with it, you have to call online again. And before a heated argument started, we just left. We didn't want to go through that again. So I got back on the phone, and after going through the whole process again, being transferred and on hold, listening to elevator disco every fucking 5 minutes, like, finally talked to this lady, and she was great. Like, she tried to help me out every way she could. She said really there's nothing they can do about it, which is kind of bullshit, and she was apparently the top ranking person that I could speak to. So the fact that they can't do anything about that is really ridiculous. And after speaking with her, she's like, here, I'll give you a $75 credit, and your deposit is refundable in I think it's 3 months or 6 months. So you'll have the $75 and you'll get your $200 back. I'm like, the issue is I don't really have $200. I'll have to put on my credit card, so I'll end up paying more than $200. She's like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. I was like, okay, really, I'm only paying $125 because I get the $75 credit, plus I get my $200 back. So it's not that big of an issue. I guess I'm just gonna take the credit hit, and hopefully I'll sell the house and it'll all be good. So we go back to the store, and we're at the store again, and once again we come to give them money to get an iPad, and they're like, no, you can't do it because it's a new account. They made me transfer the account, and now I can't get an iPad because it's a new account. I have to wait 3 months unless I buy an iPad in full. They're like, it doesn't even matter if you have a deposit. So this is the position I'm in right now. I can't get an iPad for 3 months, even with a deposit. So this has just been such a ridiculous process, and now it doesn't even lead to the end goal. So after like probably more than 15 hours on the phone and talking with these people in the store, I still don't have the product I'm looking for, which is going to be giving them more revenue than from a loyal customer that's been with them for so long. Like, it's so frustrating, and it just makes me realize how important customer service is in the business world. So whatever business I open, and it's made me kind of want to start a cell phone company / internet company, but Rogers and Bell are a monopoly in Canada, so it's really hard to even compete with them because all of the towers, and you guys know how that stuff works. So it's super hard. But just in general, customer service for every business. So in any business I open up, customer service is always going to be number one. But just like for huge corporations, they don't realize how important customer service is. Because if they were to just, like, I've always said good things about Bell because the service is amazing. Like, I mean, cell service is in, like, a call never gets dropped or whatever. And every time I went into the store, they most of the time have been good. This is the first time I've had to hit a wall. And now that I've tweeted about it and posted on Facebook, I've heard a lot of other stories, and people have asked me to expand, which is why I'm making this video. And thank you for making it this far in the video. And it's just made me realize how important customer service is. So if you guys ever start a company or are already a high exec or have any, even if you're just like a sales clerk or whatever your job may be, always try and give the best service to your customers because it means a lot in the long run. GoDaddy is a huge example of that. They're the leader in domain names, and every time I call them, it's just an amazing process you go through. They even helped me with my computer, and because their domain wasn't even an issue, it was an issue with my laptop, and they helped me go through and diagnose that problem. So just ultimate customer service is 100% the way to go. So thank you guys for making it this far and watching episode number 4. I'll put all my social media around me. You'll probably see me post about Bell some more. I won't post too much though. It won't be that crazy. Hopefully I'll get this iPad soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace.